Barbie quit SeaWorld. That's right. So Mattel just made the announcement that they will no longer produce this SeaWorld trainer Barbie doll. Now, also in that package with the SeaWorld training Barbie doll was a little dolphin, a little orca, and then a really tiny pool.
How do you feel about that?
It's too ironic. I mean, it's just... Yeah. So now there's been a number of people that reached out to Mattel to elaborate. Like, why are you not producing these Barbie dolls anymore? This is all that the spokesperson has said thus far. Alex Clark told NBC News, quote, "A number of factors go into a decision like that. Their licensing deal expired, and we've elected not to renew it." Okay? Yeah. He never said the okay part.
He didn't say it? No, that's a direct quote.
He said it. There was a subliminal message.
Okay. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Shamu, bitch, get out the way.
Yeah, love it.
Well, I'll be damned.
Mattel 'em, Barbie.
Yeah.
Good girl. Good girl.
I like
Okay,
that.
so first of all, thank you, Brett. I apprete the small round of applause.
I was saying
And you
I was
too.
giving that emotional support.
I appreciate it, yes. Okay, so first and foremost, and we've talked about SeaWorld before. I don't think you were part of the panel, but we talked about it. We talked about the fact that now, not only with the criticism and with Blackfish, but just as us as an evolved society, we see it for what it is.
Yes.
We have a lot of empathy nowadays. So, of course, it makes sense that Barbie would be, and Mattel and big corporations are going to follow suit. But did that surprise you? Did that impress you when you found out that they're going to be pulling this Barbie doll, or no longer producing it, I should say?
It impressed me.
Yeah.
It didn't surprise me because we are much more, I think, socially aware culture than we were 20 years ago when I was a small kid getting Barbies.
Right.
So I think that surprise isn't the word, but it definitely impressed me, particularly since Barbie, by definition, is much more so, or can be perceived as very kind of superficial. So it's one of those things that I was like, oh, wow, this is actually good.
That's such a great point.
Yeah.
Such a good-
Yeah.
When Barbie.
Yeah.
When Barbie's like, oh, you suck, you're like, wow, you must really suck. If
Right.
Barbie thinks you suck,
Yeah.
you really suck.
Fantastic. I think they can still repurpose Barbie to be like a, oceanographer Barbie.
Totally.
Yes.
And they can still keep the machine in the sweatshop that creates that, if they want to. And then and they just have to adjust the dorsal fin on Shamu to free Willy dorsal fin.
Oh, gosh.
And do that. But yeah,
You could make Free Willy Barbie. She's like an activist.
I
and
would
like,
love if they
oh
would
my
have
God.
I would love if they had activist Barbie doll.
There's one thing
love
though
that.
about Barbie and Ken. There are no willies. There's absolutely no willy. You take it and
true.
get them
That is-
naked.
We're through, Barbie. I did. Oh.
Yeah, it's the first thing you
Would
do.
you want Ken to be anatomically correct?
Yeah, for sure, just to teach children.
I actually think I'd rather have a doll be anatomically correct so my child understands what the anatomy is rather than just plastic flatness down there.
Good to know.
I mean,
And now there's a public service announcement.
In all fairness, though, I have dated several LA men who are plastic flatness. So
Oh, interesting.
that is anatomically correct for them. Yeah.
So what do you guys think is the future of having human-animal interaction with wild animals? What do you think that experience is going to be like? Because nowadays, yes, less people are... I feel like that with SeaWorld, those days are numbered.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course,
Yeah.
with circuses, hopefully, as I don't even understand why people go.
Even zoos.
Zoos.
Yeah, I love
I've-
looking at animals is the thing.
I've
I
gone
know.
on tangents on like my public Facebook page where I'm like, zoos are terrible and why do people go and support it? And I'll battle people in the comment section about this where they're talking about, they preserve animals. I was like, no, there are like conservation or reserves where they actually like protect animals.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
Right.
that's not what happened.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid and didn't know any better, and as a society we didn't know any better, we were just kind of like, oh, we're going to see the pretty giraffe, or we're going to, whatever the thing is, and be amazed by the awesomeness of nature.
Right.
But as you get older and you realize how the animals are treated,
How they're captured. I know some of them are...
Girl, don't start me
Yeah,
right
I
now.
know. Moving on to a more positive note, I do like the fact that we have become socially aware.
I do
like
appreciate
the
that,
fact
absolutely.
that we are having these discussions and that you are battling it out on Instagram. I wish
Right.
more people were...
Vocal about I mean, animals are so beautiful and so pure in their motivations for everything they do.
Yeah.
Even if it's to tear your throat out, it's a pure. I do appreciate that.
It's to eat, and they use everything.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that like shoot stuff and leave it there.
I can't.
I use antlers in all of my decorating.
For no apparent. I'm not. You know what? Let's. I'm sorry.
No, I don't agree. It's disgusting. But
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we are becoming more and more evolved. I'm so happy that more and more people are championing these causes. So let's continue to do that. And if you haven't seen our other video, please watch it now. And great discussion. Yeah. So we'll see you guys all next time on Pop Sugar.